Now, the directions on this one say to tell whether each table represents a function and justify why you decided your answer. It doesn't ask me about domain and range, so I don't need to give those. All I need to do is to say whether it's a function and why or why not. So the first one is a function. Each one of these x's goes to a unique y. So 4 only goes to 12. 4 doesn't go to 12, and then 4 goes to something else. So each input, or x if you wanted to say that, has a unique, or maybe you said exactly one, output. And again, I notice there are no repeats in the x's until I get here. But the 3 goes to 0 there, and the 3 goes to 0 there. So even though I see 3 twice, it has the same output each time. So function, each input has a unique output, or each input has exactly one output, or each x has exactly one y. The third one, I see 1 goes to -6, and then 1 also goes to 10. There's some other things going on. I don't need to look at the other ones. I just need to find at least one example where there's an input that has two different outputs, and this is not a function. And why not? The example I'm going to use is the input of 1 has two different outputs. I just chose to look at 1. 2 also goes to two different things. 3 goes to two different things. So you had your choices with what you were going to say here. Now, on the graph, it says tell whether each graph represents a function by writing yes or no below each. Yes. There's no place I could draw a vertical line that's going to hit that curve more than once. But here, it's going to hit it twice in almost every place. So no, doesn't ask me to explain why. And again, oops, that's really not vertical. Yes. Here's where they want the explanation. Looking at the graphs, how do you know if it represents a function? It is a function if it passes the vertical line test. Don't just say if it passes the vertical line test, because then is it a function or is it not a function? So it's a function if it passes the vertical line test. Determine whether each relationship represents a function. Person and social security number, that's a function. Why each person has exactly one social security number. It has only one social security number. That is an okay shortcut because that's actually the shortcuts that used a lot in society. SSN is your social security number. So it's not like VLT, and what the heck is a VLT? Last name, first name, not a function. And why not? Example. Well, using from two of my algebra students, Vanessa Backham and Sammy Backham. That's an example, it's a counterexample, so it's an example where there are two different people who have the same last name, but they have two different first names.